The Big Dumper wins the Dinger Derby, and he tells the DR to back that up. Ends a Dominican Derby dynasty. He defeated O'Neal Cruz in the semis and then Junior Caminero in the finals. Cal Raleigh, 18 home runs, Junior Caminero 15. And the home run leader wins the Home Run Derby, the first switch hitter to win the Home Run Derby, the first catcher to win the Home Run Derby. Cal Raleigh, your 2025 Home Run Derby champ. And let's welcome in former MLB Executive of the Year Jim Bowden and CBS Sports national baseball reporter Julian McWilliams, who join us from Tourist Park in Atlanta. Jim, that Home Run Derby was awesome. We had controversy, we had drama, we had dingers, but Cal Raleigh achieves a dream come true when he was 8 years old. He said he was going to be the Home Run Derby champ, and he realizes it tonight when he wins the Home Run Derby. Your reaction to an incredible Home Run Derby?
Yeah, you know, the whole Major League Baseball season, the biggest story has been Cal Raleigh, even coming into the Home Run Derby, right? He's got more homers and more RBIs than Aaron Judge. And, oh, by the way, he's one of the best defensive catching framers in baseball. And right now, he's the MVP of the American League. So he has been the biggest story, and no one has ever gotten to the All-Star game with this many home runs except for Barry Bonds, and certainly no catcher has ever done it. And so coming in, you know, he was the favorite to win the Derby. He is the guy I put my money on. I thought he would win it because I thought the storyline was him. But I got nervous, I got to be honest, after that first round. I didn't like when he switched from the left side to the right side. Then he only advanced by a half an inch. Are you kidding me? That was so close between him and Brent Rooker. I hope the math was right. I hope the science was right. I guess I have to trust it. But then in that final round, you know, it was special because it was a family thing. I remember when Robinson Cano won the Home Run Derby in Arizona. His dad was pitching to him, and that was such a great memory and such a feel-good story. But now here you got Cal Raleigh's dad, Todd, pitching, and his 15-year-old brother catching, acting like a leader himself, and that just made it more special. And then we got to the final round, and, you know, the father, Todd, kept throwing the balls exactly where he wanted it, middle in, around the waist, and then Cal Raleigh got locked in, and it was over. And look, he's the best home run hitter in the world right now, and he was again tonight.
Yeah, the thing that fascinated me the most was that I came in here thinking, okay, I'm gonna go with my guys like James Wood and O'Neal Cruz, right? There's so much time, and there's so much time that they can spend with their swings where they can make mistakes and they can come out and still hit home runs. But then you got somebody like Cal Raleigh who's efficient with his swing, who's a guy who gets straight to the ball. And he seemed like he knew exactly what he wanted to do from the jump. I mean, just like you said it, Jim, his dad was throwing him batting practice there, and you could tell that there's a relationship there. There's a camaraderie. And earlier today, he said, no, I did not grow up in Georgia, right? But there's a lot of lineage that I have here. There's a lot of history that I have here, considering this is a hotbed for such talent. So when I asked him how much family members do you have outside here, he said more than I can count. So good for him to be able to get that win.
Yeah, as a kid, Raleigh played a lot of travel baseball in Atlanta. He joins Ken Griffey Jr. as the only Mariners to win a Home Run Derby. Ken Griffey Jr. won it 3 times, and he was at the Derby on this night, probably working and taking photos, but he did get to relax and take in some of the sights and sounds as well as we saw him there on the field. It was an incredible scene to see in terms of just the legends on the field. We saw the guys from the Dominican Republic helping each other, giving each other advice. Just really a cool scene when you think about all we saw on this night. Now, Jim, you mentioned the controversy there that in the first round, the tiebreaker was on the longest home run hit, and the measurements 470.61 for Raleigh, 470.53 for Rooker. And Rooker told Susan Slusser, quote, you know, maybe if they have to do it to the decimal point, they should display that during the Derby and not wait till everyone's done to bring out that information. That might be helpful. So if you're an A's fan, you're feeling like you got robbed, and I'm sure Brent Rooker's, it's all fun, but, you know, there's a little bit of controversy here, Jim. Maybe go to a swing-off when it's that close.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what the rule was. And, you know, I think when you set the rules, you have to follow it. And look, everyone's using the same science. I don't disagree with the fact that I wish the technology could have put the measurement up on the scoreboard exactly when it happened. I don't disagree with Brent Rooker wanting that. I think it should be there. But I also do trust that, look, the science and the math said what it was. And I think you just got to accept it and go forward. Like, none of us will ever know if it really was a half an inch further. But I will say this. I don't think anyone is going to doubt that Cal Raleigh deserved to win that home run derby. And I don't think anyone is going to doubt that right now he is the greatest home run hitter in the world, better than Aaron Judge, better than Shohei Ohtani. That's what he's been doing. It's been special. We need to honor it and not make it a controversy.
Yeah, that was a confusing time for me, though, right? Because I'm looking up, I'm like, wait, they have the same amount of homers. And it wasn't like it was anything that was announced in the stadium. So it was something that you sort of had to assume. You had to really know the rules. And I know the fans were thinking, why is Brent Rooker out, right? I remember one fan came up to me and said, or excuse me, one journalist came up to me and was like, wait, Brent Rooker didn't advance to the next round. So there was that communication issue, I think, on that side. But I'm fine with the rule, right? I think in addition to it being a home run fest and seeing how many home runs can get hit, I'm also enjoy how far they get hit. I remember going as a fan to the old Yankee Stadium and seeing Josh Hamilton and go against Justin Morneau. And it wasn't about the home runs that he was hitting or the amount. Yes, certainly it was about the amount, but he was almost hitting those things out of Yankee Stadium. Those are the things that you remember most, I think, about the home run derbies, as well as the amount of home runs that guys hit.
Yeah, take you back to the first round, Jim and Julian. O'Neal Cruz hit a moonshot 513 feet. It's absolutely ridiculous. 118 exit velo. Jim, what was that like seeing in the ballpark?
Yeah, my heart went 100 miles an hour, and literally my palms started to sweat, right? Because that particular hit, all of us just kind of stopped. I mean, it just screamed out of here. And it brought back memories for me of the home run derby at Coors Field with Mark McGwire. And some of the balls that he was hitting, that was during that PED era of Major League Baseball. And he was hitting some balls, and I was watching at the time going, wow, I mean, this is what they were talking about with Babe Ruth back in the day. But that ball that O'Neal Cruz hit tonight, the one that is measured at 513 feet, I mean, that ball was about as hard and far as I've ever seen. It was just an incredible moment without a question.
He's a freak. I think Will Middlebrooks put it best when he said that earlier. And there's so many ways he can go with his swing, right? And I know it's a guy that it hasn't necessarily translated to on the field for, but when you look at his swing, you're just like, man, if he ever found it out, if he ever put it together, you're talking about a guy who could be one of the best players in baseball. I think this was a good platform for him, right? Because you're looking at Pittsburgh. There's not much going on there besides Paul Skeens. O'Neal Cruz is a guy they talk about besides Paul Skeens, and he's had issues this year, right? He got benched for not, for lack of hustle. So I think if you're looking at this in its totality, these sort of things can put you on the map and perhaps can untap something for him.
It was an incredible night for O'Neal Cruz, for Junior Caminero, but it is Cal Raleigh who ends the Dominican Derby dynasty. And now we look ahead to Tuesday's Midsummer Classic, the All-Star Game Tuesday night. The National League is a slight favorite. The senior circuit looking to win for just the second time in the last 11 seasons. And this is important. Players will be wearing their team's uniforms for the first time since 2019. MLB listened, and MLB put it back to where it should be. Jim, who's your pick to win the Midsummer Classic and All-Star Game MVP?
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the National League. I'm going to have them win it 3-2. The American League won last year. But here's the thing. This is the fourth time that Dodgers manager Dave Roberts has managed the All-Star Game, and he hasn't won one yet. He's 0-3, so I think he's due to win his first one. So I'm going to take the National League. The pitching is going to be so ridiculous tomorrow night. I think that the score, if you look at the last 4 years, the All-Star games, most of the time it's a 3-2 game. So I'm going to go 3-2 National League. But I got to tell you, I'm the most excited about the seventh inning. And the reason I'm most excited about the seventh inning in this game, Jake Mizorowski will be pitching that inning for the National League. I cannot wait to see what that looks like. Now, to answer your question on the MVP, I was debating whether I should go Ronald Acuna Jr. since it's in Atlanta on his home. But because of the tweak bat, he might only play an inning or two in this game. They may take him out after the first at bat. So I'm going to go with possibly his replacement. I'm going to go with Fernando Tatis Jr. I was talking to him before the home run derby today, before he took batting practice. I just got a really good vibe of where he was, and I feel like this is going to be his night. So I'm going to go Tatis, and the National League wins it 3-2, and Dave Roberts finally wins an All-Star Game as manager.
Well, I'm gonna go the opposite way, and Dave Roberts is gonna have another L on his list, and I'm gonna go with the American League 4-3, and I think Byron Buxton is gonna be my MVP. Why? I think he's at home, right? This is where he's from. This is where it's all started from, and he put up a good fight in the home run derby tonight. And he's one of these guys that I think is so talented, and it's just a shame to sometimes see him not on the field because he's that elite of a talent. I think he's top 1-2 players in the league if he's healthy, and I think if he has this type of platform, he's going to excel. He's home. He's at the crib. He's going to do his thing. And by the way, I mean, he's having an incredible season, and I think he should be rewarded with that season, and he's done it so far. 11
straight All-Star games have been decided by 3 runs or less. So there you go. You have that. I'm going to break the tie here. I'm going to go National League, and my All-Star game MVP is going to be Gino Suarez, and here's why. Plus 4,500 to win All-Star game MVP. Last year, Jarren Duran, plus 4,500 to win All-Star game MVP. Jim Bowden, Julian McWilliams joining us from Atlanta to recap an epic night in the Home Run Derby as we look ahead to the All-Star game on Tuesday. As you take a look at the odds to win the All-Star game MVP, it is Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge, of course, are the favorites. As I mentioned, it was a long shot last year. Jarren Duran listed at plus 4,500, hit the game-winning homer, was named All-Star game MVP. 2 players have won the Home Run Derby and All-Star Game MVP in the same year. Cal Ripken Jr. in 1991, Garrett Anderson in 2003. Maybe a little sprinkle on Cal Raleigh in Tuesday's Midsummer Classic.